public raised the question at the time, and I'll raise it again now. If you and others had issues about the hiring practices, budgeting matters, in the closing of the detention center, for instance, what prevented you from speaking out at that particular point? Because you're no shrinking violet. You criticized children and youth when you felt that was appropriate, criticized various police departments when you felt that was appropriate. What is different in this scenario?
Well, I think you need to look at the specific issue. If you're going to talk, for example, about, or ask rather, I'm sorry, about the closing of the juvenile detention center, number one, you had an agency charged with auditing the performance of the financial performance of that institution, the Department of Welfare. Their job was to determine if that was appropriate, and they criticized it and made it public. The county commissioners, for years, the county commissioners approved the court's budget. For years, I think recently, your paper ran a story showing how the line item for juvenile placements increased exponentially, I think from '02 to '07 or so. And many of those years, even with the budget increasing by millions each year, the court went over the budget. The commissioners didn't have to pay that money. They didn't have to give that money. They oversaw that operation.
So many of these things you feel fell into other people's areas of responsibility.
Well, I think they clearly did. I mean, people have those responsibilities. People have those responsibilities. So if you wanted to ask about a specific practice, about a hiring practice, we didn't know people were hired. We didn't know it was available. And when I called Mark, in the phone call that I mentioned, it was not a pleasant conversation. And he didn't care.